Everybody wants to rule the world.
Duping refers to the practice of exploiting a bug in a video game to illegitimately create duplicates of unique items or currency in a persistent world online game such as an MMORPG. In video games, a persistent world or persistent state world is one where the world is persistent, meaning that the world continually exists even when the users have exited the world. An example of this would be a world or server in Runescape. Duping can vastly destabilize a virtual economy, affecting even the gameplay itself depending on the items duplicated and the rate at which the duplication occurs. Most modern MMORPG games include automated detection of duping. RuneScape Classic was publicly released on January 4th, 2001 by the Gower brothers. They couldn't have even imagined what was to come in a little more than 2 years. A player would figure out how to dupe and create any item he wished into RuneScape. On November 7th, 2003, the most famous glitch in RuneScape Classic was exploited. Its effects continued to have an impact on the economy of RuneScape today. Before the glitch, purple party hats were known as pink party hats in RuneScape Classic because its color was pink and the item's name was simply just Party Hat. They were the most expensive party hat at the time, but following the glitch and continuing today, they're the least expensive due to the glitch. The glitch was not originally an attempt to duplicate items. A player named 6 Feet Under had been experimenting with RuneScape and using a third-party program called AutoRune, in an attempt to simply trade an untradeable item, in this case being the scythe. Although the player never managed to trade the scythe, he did discover, however, how to create any non-stackable item in a trade. Therefore, the glitch didn't essentially duplicate the item, instead, it created a new one. Although you didn't even need to own the item to quote-unquote duplicate it, so it's more appropriately called an item creation or item spawning. The glitch was performed by trading with a player and then using AutoRune to enter the item ID that corresponded with a certain non-stackable item, which would cause an item to pop up and be traded to the other person. For example, the item ID for the rune two-handed sword, which was an expensive item at the time, was 81, so that value would be entered into AutoRune during the trade menu, and the player who was trading with the one using AutoRune would be able to receive that item. The quantity of the item is shown as 0 on the trade screen of the player creating the item, but it would show up as a quantity of 1 on the trade screen of the player receiving the item. In his excitement, 6 Feet Under revealed this glitch to a few of his close friends. He told 5 people in total: Kate Nix, Dylock, Gon, Aid, and David. These players then created several items, some being the most expensive at the time, specifically party hats. Within days, hundreds of players knew how to execute this glitch. Although Jagex soon found out about the glitch, they could not immediately do anything to fix it, as they themselves did not understand the process behind the duplication. Several days of the item duplication made a massive change to the RuneScape economy, as players started to duplicate other less valuable items such as ores. Eventually, Jagex offered a lifetime RuneScape membership to whoever could tell them about the bug and how it worked, with multiple players coming forward then and explaining it to them. One of these players was called Dylock, who 6 Feet Under told how to do this glitch originally. He explained to Andrew Gower how the glitch worked, and Andrew then banned Dylock instead of rewarding him. This allowed for Jagex to disable the glitch, knowing how it finally worked. Only the first player to email them about the glitch and how it worked was eventually rewarded with a lifetime membership. Although they understood what the long-term effects of the economy in RuneScape would be, Jagex refused to roll back the game for a whole day. Jagex couldn't trace which items were duped and which were normal, which is why only some of the items got deleted. And of course, the game would never fully recover from this event. The market was flooded with thousands upon thousands of party hats and Christmas crackers. The simple balance of high demand and zero new supply that had been driving up prices steadily for almost 2 years was suddenly thrown out the window. There was no way of knowing for sure how many new party hats and crackers were introduced, but prices plummeted almost immediately. Of course, these low prices meant that the hats were suddenly obtainable for far more many people, which drove prices right back up again. In the end, it would take several months for party hat prices to reach normal levels again, and the day of party hat duplication turned out to be one of the most dramatic days in the history of the Runescape economy, where a single player experimenting with third-party software ended up forever upending the street values of the rarest items in the game.